Welcome. Next, we are going to study different data mining functionalities. The first one, concept or class description. The data can be associated with classes or concepts. Example, items for sale. Item is a class. Item for sale is a class which includes computers, printers, mouse, keyboard, etc. So the data can be associated with class. Consider customers. The buying habit of customers include big spenders and budget spenders. Some customers spend more and some customers buys items within the budget only. So customer is a concept which include big spenders and budget spenders. That is, data can be associated with class or concept. Describing individual classes and concepts in summarized, concise, and precise terms are called class or concept descriptions. Describing individual classes and concepts in summarized, concise, and precise terms. And precise terms are called class or concept descriptions. Individual classes and concepts in summarized, concise, and precise terms are called class or concept description. The class or concept descriptions can be derived via data characterization, data discrimination, both data characterization and discrimination. How class or concept descriptions can be derived? There are three methods to derive class or concept descriptions. First one is data characterization, second data discrimination, third both data characterization and data discrimination. Now, what is data characterization? Data characterization is a summary or summarization of general characteristics or features of a target class of data. Data characterization is defined based on target class of data. It is a summarization of the general characteristics, also known as features of a target class. So data characterization is a simple thing. Data characterization is a summarization of general characteristics or features of a target class of data. The data corresponding to user specified class are typically collected by database query. So database queries are used to collect the data corresponding to the user specified class. Consider one example for data characterization. Data characterization is summarization of features or the general characteristics of a target class of data. To study the characteristics of software products whose sales increased by 10% in the last year. Software products whose sale increased by 10% in the last year. When a SQL query is executed for this, then we get a summarization. The data related to such products can be collected by executing an SQL query. The software products whose sales increased by 10% in the last year. When we write an SQL query for this and execute it, we get a summarization or some values of the features. That is the software products and how much they increased in the last year. Now, there are several methods for effective data summarization and characterization. Effective data summarization and characterization methods. Three methods. First one, perform simple data summaries, which are based on statistical measures and proof. Second method, perform user-controlled data summarization. For this, data cube-based OLAP roll-up operations are used. Third method, perform data generalization and characterization without step-by-step user interaction. Use attribute-oriented injection technique. So there are three methods for effective data summarization and characterization. First one is based on statistical measure and plot, known as simple data summary. Second is based on data cube OLAP roll-up operations. Data cube based OLAP roll-up operations. This summarizes the user controlled data. And the third one is attribute oriented injection technique. In this method, data generalization and characterization are performed without step-by-step user action. So there are three methods for effective data summarization and characterization. Now, how the data characterization output can be represented. Data characterization output can be presented in different forms. Few methods are pie charts, bar chart, curve, multidimensional data cube, multidimensional tables, including row stack. Some methods used to represent the data characterization output. Pie chart, bar chart, curve, multidimensional data cube, multidimensional tables, including rows tabs. So this is about data characterization. So to perform data characterization, we need a target class. Next is data discrimination. Data discrimination needs two types of classes. Two types of classes. One is known as target class. One is known as target class. And the other is a set of contrasting classes. A set of contrasting classes. So to perform data discrimination, we need two kinds of classes, target class and a set of contrasting classes. One or a set of contrasting classes. A comparison is performed between target and contrasting classes. So data discrimination is a comparison of general features of target class data objects with general features of objects from one or a set of contrasting classes. The target and the contrasting classes both can be specified by the user. The corresponding data objects are retrieved through database queries. Consider one example for data discrimination. The user may like to compare the general features of software products whose sales increased by 10% in the last year. Software products whose sales increased by 10% in the last year with those whose sale decreased by at least 30%. At least 30% during the same period. So here this is the target class and this is the contrasting class. The comparison is performed using this on this contrast class. Comparison class. Compare the general features of software products whose sales increased by 10% in the last year, with the software products whose sale decreased by at least 30% during the same. Okay, so we get so what we get the result. The result is the features. The features of this target class and the contrasting and how they. Here also there are several methods for effective data discrimination. Effective data discrimination methods. The same three methods. First one, based on statistical measure and plots. Second, data queue based collab operations. Third one, attribute oriented indexion technique. Effective data discrimination methods are: first one, based on statistical measure and plot. Second, using data queue based collab operation. Third, use attribute oriented indexion technique. The data discrimination output can be presented in various forms, as like that of data characterization. The different presentation methods to output the result of data discrimination are pie chart, bar chart, curve, multi-dimensional data cube, multi-dimensional tables, including row stacks. So, data characterization and data discrimination behaves almost in a similar way, except that characterization gives the summarization of a target. On the other hand, discrimination perform comparison between target class and one or more contrasting classes. So this is the first data mining functionality. So in this functionality, summarization of a target class is the result of data mining, or the patterns are obtained by comparing one target class with one or more contrasting classes. Using this comparison, a company or some company can focus on how the market strategies are improved. This is a so we briefly discussed the class or concept hierarchies with data characterization and data summarization. Okay.